وبركاته. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى अम्मा बाद। अभी मगरिब के बाद अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 28वीं शब शुरू हो गई। तो अब कल 28वीं तारीख़ है, फिर 29वीं तारीख़ ज़िलक़ादा की, और उसके बाद फिर इस्लामी साल का आखिरी महीना ज़िलहज इंशाअल्लाह शुरू होगा। तो 29 तारीख़ के बाद चाँद देखा जाता है। तो इतवार की रात को, हफ्ते को 28 तारीख़ हो गई, इतवार को 29 हो गया, तो इतवार की रात को चाँद देखेंगे इंशाअल्लाह। अगर नज़र आ गया तो इंशाअल्लाह फिर पहली तारीख़ पीर की हो जाएगी, वरना मंगल की। और जैसे कि जुम्मे के बाद भी अर्ज़ किया था कि ये इंतहाई मुबारक मुक़द्दस 10 दिन हैं और 10 रातें, इनकी अल्लाह ताला ने कसम खाई है कुरान पाक में। और फिर यौम अरफा की भी और यौम नहर की भी, जो कि 10वीं तारीख़ है। عن أبي هريرة قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ما من أيام أحب إلى الله أن يتعبد فيها من عشر ذي الحجة يعدل صيام كل يوم بصيام سنة وقيام كل ليلة منها بقيام ليلة القدر। हज़रत अबू हुरैरा रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु से रिवायत है कि रसूल करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इरशाद फरमाया कि दिनों में से किसी दिन में अल्लाह ताला को इतना महबूब नहीं कि बंदे उसकी इबादत करें जितना कि ज़िलहज्जा के इन 10 दिनों में है। इस अशरे के हर दिन का रोज़ा साल भर के रोज़ों के बराबर है और इसकी हर रात के नवाफिल शब क़द्र के नवाफिल के बराबर हैं। So as I was saying in Urdu that inshallah Sunday night we are going to look for the moon to start the last month of the Islamic year, which is the month of Zilhajj. And if you see the moon, then Monday will be the first day, and if not, then Tuesday will be the first day. And these 10 days are very sacred, very important, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sworn by these nights, and also by the Yawm al-Arafah, which is the 9th of Zilhajj, and the Yawm al-Nahr, which is the 10th of Zilhajj. This hadith, the first hadith that we read, inshallah the first 2 or 3 hadiths that we read will be about these 10 days, and then we'll resume our book of Hajj from where we left last time. This is a hadith of Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that among the days none other are more beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for worship except these, more than these 10 days of Zilhajj. Every single fast in these 10 days, in one of these 10 days, is equal in reward to the fasting of a whole year. And every worship in the nights of these nights, of these any of these nights, these first 10 nights, it is equal to the nawafil of Laylatul Qadr. So standing for worship is equal to standing in Laylatul Qadr. عن أبي قتادة قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم صيام يوم عرفة إني أحتسب على الله أن يكفر السنة التي بعده والسنة التي قبله। हज़रत अबू क़तादा रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु से रिवायत है कि रसूल करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इरशाद फरमाया कि मैं अल्लाह ताला से उम्मीद रखता हूँ कि अरफा के दिन का रोज़ा उसके बाद वाले साल और पहले वाले साल के गुनाहों का कफ़ारा हो जाएगा। Narrated by Abi Qatada radiallahu anhu that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that I expect from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the day of Arafah, the fasting of the day of Arafah, it will become an expiation of forgiveness for sins of the year after and the year before. जब ऐसी हदीस पढ़ी जाए तो उससे समझ लेना चाहिए कि ये सगीरा गुनाहों के बारे में बात है, कबीरा गुनाहों के बारे में ये है कि वो तौबा के बगैर माफ़ नहीं होते। You should understand that if somebody fasts on the 9th of 9th of Zilhajj, which will be basically not this Tuesday, the next Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on when we see the moon, then this becomes an expiation for the sin of 1 full year before and 1 full year in the future, but this is about minor sins. No tea? Do you have tea? You did, sir?
Yeah.
So you missed me, and I'm missing you now. If anyone else likes tea, then I'm happy to serve too. Seriously.
If there is any left. I
None
think so
left?
they already gone.
It's my lucky day today. Acha. Well, so we should keep in mind. Jazakallah khair.
Wine was
Your intention is
Wine was serving.
Because all the kids, they have the key today.
The other thing that should be noted is that this is for the first 9 days. The 10th day, it's haram. The Eid day, it's haram to fast. And also the 3 days after. So the 10th, 11th, and 12th, and the 13th of Zilhajj, it is forbidden to fast. These are the days of Tashriq. Now we'll resume, inshallah, our book of Hajj and read some hadith quickly. عن ابن عمر قال جاء رجل إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فقال يا رسول الله ما يوجب الحج قال الزاد والراحلة. هذا عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنه से रिवायत है कि एक शख्स रसूल करीम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की खिदमत में हाजिर हुआ और उसने पूछा कि या रसूल अल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम क्या चीज़ हज को लाजमी कर देती है, वाजिब कर देती है? आप सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इरशाद फरमाया कि सफ़र, सामान सफ़र और सवारी. It is narrated by Hadith Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu that a person came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and asked, Ya Rasulullah, what makes Hajj mandatory upon a person? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned two things. One, means of traveling, and number two, so wealth or money enough to travel, and the means to travel, which is a ride or something that can take you there to Makkah. So when these two things are there, then Hajj becomes wajib or farz, actually. Because wajib does not really technically mean the wajib of Sharia, it means mandatory. Hajj is actually a first thing. When we have that, then it's not allowed to delay it. Then every single year that one person delays it, they are sinful. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. There is two things that the fuqaha have mentioned. One is that if, hypothetically speaking, if somebody is living on the street, they do not have a place to live. So all of us, alhamdulillah, have places to live. Alhamdulillah, yes, we don't own, in most our cases, we don't own our house, either mortgage or apartment or whatever, renting. But still we have a place to live, right? We have a secure place to sleep. And that fulfills that requirement. If somebody does not have a place to live, and then at the Hajj time somebody gives them money, or they get money from somewhere, hypothetically speaking, then they will first arrange for their house, shelter for their family or themselves, and then they will think about Hajj. Similarly, a young person who needs to marry, and all young people need to marry, then at that time, fuqaha have said that marriage should be preferred, and Hajj should be, if somebody has only the money for doing one thing, then they should prefer marriage over doing Hajj. It's not that you go for Hajj and then, na'udzu billah, may Allah protect us, engage in sin afterwards. Then I did my Hajj, now I don't have money to do nikah. But this is, again, those things that we should consult the ulama first. If we are in that situation, then we should consult the ulama about this. That I have this much money, the Hajj time is coming, and then what should I prefer? عن أبي هريرة قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من حج فلم يرفث ولم يفسق رجع كيوم ولدته أمه. حضرت ابو ہریرہ رضی اللہ عنہ سے روایت ہے کہ رسول کریم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے ارشاد فرمایا کہ جس آدمی نے حج کیا اور اس میں نہ تو کسی شہوانی اور فحش بات کا ارتکاب کیا اور نہ اللہ کی کوئی نافرمانی کی, تو وہ گناہوں سے ایسا پاک و صاف ہو کر واپس ہوگا جیسے اس دن تھا جس دن اس کی ماں نے اس کو جنا تھا. حضرت ابو ہریرہ رضی اللہ عنہ has narrated that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that whoever does Hajj, and in that Hajj they do not do anything of their desires, evil desires, neither say anything immodest or vulgar, and neither do any other fisq, any other things of disobedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then after that Hajj, they will come out of that Hajj and return from that Hajj so pure as if they were just born. So when we go for Hajj, inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take us there, we should prepare ahead, we should plan ahead that we will stay away from all sorts of disobediences. And also, one disobedience that happens from us easily, that I've heard is, and in fact, when we are traveling generally as well, anger, which also, when traveling, wherever we are going, especially with a group or other people, and we have to arrange and take care of their needs and then have to keep the group together, I am personally also to blame that I am not able to control my anger as well. But this is something that we should prepare ahead, that I will not be angry. I will control my anger all the time. And instead, if somebody does if some mistake happens, then we should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness. The other side is also that people do Hajj or Umrah and they keep on worrying that if our Hajj was not accepted or not accepted, or we were called and we would not, this happened and that happened and we don't know. We should always place good hope in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we fulfill the basics of Hajj in accordance to the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is not only about Hajj, this we should remember about all our ibadah. And whatever ibadah we are doing, and we are following the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then we should expect from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that it will be accepted. See, people are worried about their salah, people are worried about their siyam, their fasting, people are similarly worried about their Hajj, and that worry and that concern should be to improve our Hajj while we are doing it, to improve our salah when we are doing it, to protect our fasting from sins when we are fasting. But after that time is gone, the approach and the thinking should be that I did it according to the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I did my best, inshallah Allah will accept it. And we should place our trust in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, if somebody has missed a vital constituent of salah, for example, they did not stand or did not do sajda, then of course they have to repeat. Similarly is the case of Hajj, that if they missed some of the necessary things that are supposed to be done, and we'll talk about those inshallah in the future majalis, then of course the Hajj is not done. But if somebody has done those things, then as much as possible in accordance with the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then by virtue of Sunnah, one of the benefits of following the Sunnah is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves that deed, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his ways. And when we have done it according to the way of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then we should expect from Allah's mercy that it will be accepted, inshallah. عن أبي هريرة قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم العمرة إلى العمرة كفارة لما بينهما والحج المبرور ليس له جزاء إلا الجنة. حضرت ابی ہریرہ رضی اللہ عنہ سے روایت ہے کہ رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے ارشاد فرمایا کہ ایک عمرے سے دوسرے عمرے کا کفارہ ہو جاتا ہے دو عمروں کے درمیان کے گناہوں کا, اور حج مبرور کا بدلہ تو بس جنت ہے. Narrated by Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that from one Umrah to another Umrah, there is an expiation or forgiveness of sins for the sins that were committed in between. Again, this is about minor sins. And the reward of Hajj Mabrur is only Jannah. And Hajj Mabrur is a Hajj which is from Bir, full of good deeds. May Allah give us Hajj Mabrur inshallah. عن ابن مسعود قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تابعوا بين الحج والعمرة فإنهما ينفيان الفقر والذنوب كما ينفي الكير خبث الحديد والذهب والفضة وليس للحجة المبرورة ثواب إلا الجنة. حضرت عبداللہ ابن مسعود رضی اللہ عنہ سے روایت ہے کہ رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے ارشاد فرمایا کہ پے در پے کیا کرو حج اور عمرہ, کیونکہ حج اور عمرہ دونوں فقر و محتاجی اور گناہوں کو اس طرح دور کر دیتے ہیں جس طرح لوہا اور سونار کی بھٹی لوہار اور سونار کی بھٹی لوہے اور سونے چاندی کا میل کچیل دور کر دیتی ہے, اور حج مبرور کا صلہ اور ثواب تو بس جنت ہی ہے. Narrated by Hazrat Abdullah ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that do one after another Hajj and Umrah. So the meaning here, the ulama have written, it means both things. Hajj and Umrah should be done together on one trip, one after another, or most of the people do Umrah before and then do Hajj, and which is perfectly fine. Or when you go for Umrah, then do multiple Umrah. Both of the meanings are considered in this hadith, because Hajj and Umrah both cleanse away poverty and dependence and sins. Just like the kiln, bhatti with the blacksmith or the goldsmith, they purify their material. Just like they purify their material of all sort of impurities, Hajj and Umrah also purify one and push away poverty, dependence over others, and sins. And the same thing again, that the reward of Hajj Mabrur is only Jannah. اللهم ارزقنا حجا مبرورا وسعيا مشكورا وتجارة لن تبور. عن ابي هريره عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم انه قال: الحاج والعمار وفد الله ان دعوه اجابهم وان استغفروه غفر لهم. حضرت ابو हुरैरा रज़ी अल्लाह अन्हु से रिवायत है कि रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इरशाद फरमाया कि हज और उम्रा करने वाले अल्लाह ताला के मेहमान हैं। अगर वो अल्लाह ताला से दुआ करें तो अल्लाह उनकी दुआ कबूल फरमाए, अगर वो अल्लाह से मग़फ़िरत मांगे तो अल्लाह उनकी मग़फ़िरत फरमाए. Narrated by Hadith Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said that Hajj and Umrah, the people who go for Hajj and Umrah, they are the guests of Allah. If they make dua to Allah, Allah would listen to their dua. And if they seek forgiveness from Allah, Allah will forgive them. So we mentioned in the past hadith as well that every guest has a right over the host. And Allah is the host, and the people going for Hajj and Umrah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling us that they are the guests. And Allah is so kareem, so merciful that He treats them as His guests. And we experience this whenever we go to Makkah and Medina. We see, our mashayikh say that in Makkah, you see the taqween of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You experience the taqween of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A lot of times Allah takes care of your things in such ways that you were wishing for something and Allah fulfills and gives something else to you without plan. And in Medina Munawwara, you see your own desires coming to fulfillment. Whatever you were expecting, whatever you had, in unimaginable ways, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done it so that in the city of the Medina, the city of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, your desires are fulfilled in unimaginable ways. And may Allah take us there again and again. Accepted visits, inshallah. We should experience, may Allah make it experience this for our own selves, inshallah. Words cannot explain it. एक वाक़या अर्ज़ कर ही देता हूँ. मदीना शरीफ में, मक्के शरीफ में अक्सर ये होता था कि उम्रे पे जब भी जाओ, आदमी सोच के निकले कि आज हम यहाँ बैठेंगे, वहाँ बैठेंगे, वहाँ बैठेंगे. कुछ का कुछ, कहीं का कहीं पहुँचते थे. और वहाँ जाके जो सोचा वहाँ से, ना वहाँ से दाखिल होंगे ना वहाँ से निकलेंगे. लेकिन अल्लाह ताला बेहतर से बेहतर जगह भी लेके जाता था. और जहाँ सोचो कि यहाँ खाना खाएंगे, ऐसे उम्रा करेंगे, वैसे करेंगे, कुछ भी प्लान के मुताबिक नहीं होता था. हर चीज़ प्लान के अगेंस्ट ही होती थी, लेकिन होती उससे बेहतर ही थी जो हम प्लान करते थे. और मदीना शरीफ में जहाँ सोचो, जो सोचो, अल्लाह ताला वैसा ही अजीब तरीके से पूरा करता था. एक दफ़ा ऐसा हुआ कि हुज़ूर अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के क़दमैन शरीफैन की जानिब एक छोटा सा कमरा है और बाब जिब्रील से उसकी एंट्री होती है तहज्जुद के टाइम पे. तहज्जुद के टाइम से शायद 1 घंटा पहले वो खुलता है और उसके बाद फिर वो बंद कर देते हैं. फजर की नमाज़ के बाद वो बंद कर देते हैं. तो बस वो ऐसा कमरा है कि उसमें शायद 40-50 लोग आ सकते होंगे शायद. तो एक दफ़ा ख्वाब भी देखा था और दिल में बड़ी तमन्ना भी थी कि मस्जिद नबी शरीफ में पहली सफ़ में वहाँ पे नमाज अदा करने की, हुज़ूर सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम के कदमों की जानिब वहाँ पे नमाज अदा करने की सादत हासिल हो. तो होता ऐसा था कि वो जो खोलते हैं, वो बाब जिब्रील जो खोलते हैं, मैं एक ही दफ़ा अंग्रेज़ी में अदा कर देता हूँ, बाद में दोबारा दोहरानी पड़ेगी. सो देयर इज़ अ रूम towards the footsteps of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which only can take like 40, 50, maybe 60 people, and it only opens roughly 1 hour before the Hajj time, and then they close it after Fajr, and it stays closed. Nobody is allowed to go there. Dignitaries, presidents, prime ministers, I've seen in some videos that they are allowed to go there. They say salam from that side. The proper adab, the proper etiquette of saying salam to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam or visiting any grave is to visit from the side of the feet. Because of management reasons, administrative reasons, they have made it in such a way that people enter from the head side of the Prophet ﷺ and leave from the feet side. But the proper etiquette is that one should come and visit the person of the grave from their feet side. So there's a room towards the feet of the Prophet ﷺ which opens for only few hours. And it was my wish that I am able to pray in the first saf in Masjid Nabi Sharif ﷺ. So, but every time when they would open it, even a minute before they would open it, the guards will be telling me that there's nothing here. There's nothing. Why are you standing here? Don't stand here. Those people who know they don't want to leave their spot, so they are standing there and it's hit and miss. Sometimes they open it, sometimes they don't even open it. So they don't even let you stand at that door. They just move you away. and then immediately suddenly they open, and then it becomes full instantly. So, and then you cannot even run in the masjid either, because it's the etiquette of the Prophet ﷺ. You are running towards the feet of the Prophet ﷺ, and you are running in the masjid. How insolent, how bad it is. So every time it's basically very hard. But it so happened that even with all my efforts, I was only able to get to the third saf. But the last day when we were about to leave, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it such that right before Fajr Salah, like 5 minutes before Fajr Salah, even the adhan was called, and the two people who were ahead of me, they had to go for some reason. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts the du'as. But in Medina Sharif, also there was this another personal experiences, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it experiences this for our own selves, that there was this fragrance that my Shaykh gifted me maybe 5 years ago. And it was very beautiful, and I kept on searching for it, but I did not know the name, because oftentimes they're unbranded, and I could not find it. I had my friends look for it in Dubai. I had my friends in Pakistan look for it. Even Fahim's father-in-law, he used to deal, or I think he still deals in fragrances in India. So he searched for that, but nobody could find that fragrance. And when the first time I was in Medina, the first evening, we missed Asr Salah because we were late. So we prayed Asr in hotel, and then we left early for Maghrib. And it was my first time in Medina, and it was my first time in Saudi, of course. And my mother and my aunt were there, and they had sticks with them, so I had to be with them. And they were kind of walking a little ahead of me, and we were going to the masjid, and we were trying to look for where the masjid is, because it's our first time. And there's this person who comes out of their shop and pulls me so forcefully that the elevated kind of a curve, I kind of tripped over it. He did not even let me properly jump over it, and took me into his shop and took out a fragrance and put it on me. And I was so engrossed with going to the Masjid Nabi Sharif sallallahu alaihi wasallam at that time that I did not think. I said, please let me go, I don't want to miss my Maghrib, because I had no idea that they first have adhan, and they, I don't remember exactly if they wait before Maghrib or not, but I think they do. So anyway, I did not know those things, and I was like, Maghrib, adhan, I've heard the adhan, I don't want to miss the salah, it's my first salah in Medina, please let me go. And I just and he just took a promise from me. He said that he was Arabic, so he said, Zaban, that you will come back. Ta'al, whatever, return ruju after Maghrib, whatever, how he said it. And I said, fine, I'll come back. I did not know that shop or anything, but it was right next to my hotel, so I thought I'd be able to come back. But when I went in Masjid Nabi Sharif sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and I first realized that I was there and I was sitting in the masjid and I was comfortable, then I realized that it was the exact same fragrance. And then alhamdulillah, every time that I come back, then I go there, I bring it for my friends as well. But last time I went, the shop was gone, the fragrance was gone and everything. But anyway, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those people who go for Hajj and Umrah, they are the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fulfills their desires in ways that we cannot imagine. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take us there and accept it, inshallah, visits to the sacred houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. عن أبي هريرة عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه قال عن ابن عمر قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا لقيت الحاج فسلم عليه وصافحه ومره أن يستغفر لك قبل أن يدخل بيته فإنه مغفور له. हज़रत अब्दुल्लाह इब्न उमर रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु से रिवायत है कि रसूलुल्लाह सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने इरशाद फरमाया कि जब किसी हज करने वाले से तुम्हारी मुलाकात हो तो उसको सलाम करो और उससे मुसाफहा करो, यानी हाथ मिलाओ, और उससे मग़फ़िरत की दुआ के लिए कहो, क्योंकि वो इस हाल में है कि उसके गुनाहों की मग़फ़िरत का फ़ैसला हो चुका है. Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu has narrated that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that when you meet somebody who has done Hajj, then say salam to them and shake their hand and request them to ask for forgiveness, istighfar, for you, because they are in such a state that their sins have been forgiven. They are maghfur. And قَبْلَ أَن يَدْخُلَ بَيْتَهُ, before they enter their house. So a person who has come from Hajj, the Prophet ﷺ is telling us that from this hadith we learn that we should expect that somebody who has done their Hajj is accepted. And we treat them in such a way that they are maghfur, they have been forgiven. And thus therefore we expect that their seeking forgiveness for us or making dua for us will be accepted. तीन बातें. पहली बात ये कि जो शख्स हज करके आए, इस हदीस से पता चल रहा है कि हमें ये समझना चाहिए उसका हज कबूल हो गया, क्योंकि हुज़ूर अकरम सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम उससे यही कह रहे हैं कि उससे दुआ के लिए कहो, मग़फ़िरत की दरख्वास्त करो, दुआए मग़फ़िरत की, क्योंकि वो मग़फ़ूर है, उसकी मग़फ़िरत हो चुकी. यानी हम ये समझेंगे, हम ये उम्मीद करेंगे कि उसका हज कबूल हो चुका. दूसरी बात ये समझने की है कि दुआओं की कबूलियत में हमारे गुनाह रुकावट बनते हैं. दुआओं की कबूलियत में हमारे गुनाह रुकावट बनते हैं. In the acceptance of our dua, our sins become a hindrance. Therefore, if somebody wants to become such a person who is mustajab ad-da'wat, somebody whose du'as are accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they should give up their sins. And who can give up their sins completely? No one. Then what's our exit? What's our strategy? That we do istighfar excessively, that we ask for forgiveness. So therefore, those people who have less sins, their du'as are accepted more. Therefore, children, their du'as are accepted more, because although they might be sinners, still their sinners are not considered in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until they become baligh. What does that mean is that Allah has given them time to get ready. Not use this opportunity to do as many sins as possible, but to get ready. So therefore, those whose sins are not a burden for them, we should ask them for their dua. Because somebody who has less sins, their dua is more accepted in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Similar is the case of a haji who has done hajj. Allah has forgiven their sins. We ask them for asking for forgiveness for us, because we expect that their dua will be accepted. Inshallah, one more hadith for today. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه من خرج حاجا أو معتمرا أو غازيا ثم مات في طريقه كتب الله له أجر الغازي والحاج والمعتمر. हज़रत अबू हुरैरा रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु से रिवायत है कि अल्लाह का जो बंदा हज या उम्रे की नियत से या राह खुदा में जिहाद के लिए निकला, फिर रास्ते ही में उसको मौत आ गई, तो अल्लाह ताला की तरफ से उसके वास्ते वही अजर सवाब लिख दिया जाता है जो हज और उम्रा करने वालों के लिए और राह जिहाद में जाने वालों के लिए मुकर्रर है. Narrated by Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, that whoever slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes with the intention of Hajj or Umrah or fighting in the path of Allah, and on the way they die, essentially, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala writes the same reward for that person who dies on the way, just like the person who did Hajj, actual Hajj or actual Umrah or actual fight in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is also mentioned in the Quran. The other thing that we should note here is that how Kareem is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that when we make an effort for this world, we get that outcome or we don't get that outcome. If we do not get that outcome that we are looking for, then everything goes down the drain. The time, the energy, the wealth, whatever we spend, our capacities that we spend on that goal, they all go down the drain. But on the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on the way of our deen, in doing good deeds, in the way of pleasing our Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, every effort, right from our first step, is counted. And Allah is so Kareem that if you are not able to actually do it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala still writes it because of our effort, because of that exit, because of the steps that we took. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants that reward for us. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم لا مانع لما أعطيت ولا معطي لما منعت ولا ينفع ذا الجد منك الجد. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Ya Allah, please forgive all our major and minor sins. Ya Allah, please accept us on your path. Ya Allah, make us stick to your path. Ya Allah, make this life and death and the life of the hereafter very easy and comfortable for us. Ya Allah, submerge us. Ya Allah, drown us in your blessings. Ya Allah, in your ni'am. Ya Allah, in your gifts. Ya Allah, protect us from all sorts of hardships, all sorts of challenges. Ya Allah, we are weaklings. Ya Allah, we seek your refuge. Ya Allah, from all sorts of challenges. Ya Allah, take us under your shade. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, make our life easy, make our sustenance easy. Ya Allah, make our rizq easy. Ya Allah, make our death easy. Ya Allah, make our life, the day of judgment and the life after death, all very easy and comfortable for us. Ya Allah, in the matters of the world as well, Ya Allah, whatever we are trying to achieve, Ya Allah, if it is halal and Ya Allah, it is permissible, Ya Allah, you make it easy for us and put it within our reach and put it on our feet. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, those who are not married, Ya Allah, give them good match, and Ya Allah, give them, Ya Allah, good, Ya Allah, wives, Ya Allah. And Ya Allah, those who do not have children, Ya Allah, you give them children. Ya Allah, those who have, Ya Allah, immigration issues, Ya Allah, you, Ya Allah, solve all their problems as well. Ya Allah, those who are working, striving in their education, in their hifz or any other, Ya Allah, education, Ya Allah, you help them out, Ya Allah, you be their help, Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, those who have professional challenges, Ya Allah, you take care of their professional needs as well. Ya Allah, make everything easy for us, Ya Allah. And Ya Allah, free us and free our minds, Ya Allah, for your ibadah, for your remembrance, Ya Allah, for thinking about you and your creation. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك من عبدك ونبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذ منه عبدك ونبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. أنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ، ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Ya Allah, please, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, take care of our, Ya Allah, needs that are, Ya Allah, pertaining to this institution. Ya Allah, we need more space for people who come here to pray. Ya Allah, we need more space for children who come here to study. Ya Allah, we need more teachers. Ya Allah, we need good people to, Ya Allah, become part of the team. Ya Allah, you provide those for us. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, so far, Ya Allah, you have taken care of all our needs. Ya Allah, we expect from you and we beg you. Ya Allah, please, Ya Allah, keep taking care of our needs. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.